Gotta get it to the mic.
And welcome everybody to the AO Scan Solex meeting where we're going to do a short presentation on simplifying things. That's the way. And for anybody that this is a new time, for anybody that couldn't make the 3 o'clock Eastern time, I'm trying to find something that works for a larger group of people. I'm hoping if we stay in this time slot for at least a month, it catches on and more people can be helped. And we're going to record all of these so that we can share them all for anybody that can't make it. So welcome everybody, glad you made it. Just to take care of housekeeping business. We are not medical professionals and the AO scan is not a medical device. We're not here to diagnose or treat anybody. We're just here helping each other to get well in health. So I am gonna get right into sharing my screen. Now I was putting this together yesterday and today, and I told my daughter, I guess I'm done, even though I didn't feel I was really done because I ran out of time. I finished up at 5 minutes before we started here. So I'm just gonna start where we are. And if we have questions, then we'll get to that later. And I did just mute everybody just so that while we're going through this, we can mute, and then afterwards everybody can unmute and ask questions. And so we want to keep it simple. I always, through many years, heard that keep it simple, stupid, but I don't think any of us are stupid. So I'm going to say keep it simple equals success and have that be the KISS acronym for everybody. And really what I do every day is simple. I press one button to do the scan and I press one button to listen to the music, but you're going to see that there's some setup that is a one-time setup, but that's where people are stopping. So in the 2 weeks I took off from the group meetings, I did a lot of one-on-one meetings. And that's what I'm putting in this presentation, the things that I found that were the stops. So first, I just want to say, why are we using the high tech? I mean, not the high tech, the AO scan. And how is it working? So we have to believe that it's going to work before we're going to go into the steps of doing it. So the AO scan uses scalar wave technology. So, and that's something that Nikola Tesla studied. He said it was a lossless energy, meaning it doesn't change, deteriorate, or alter when sent across distances. So I have seen that this does work, you know, whether I'm sitting next to someone or whether they're in India or the Ukraine and I'm here in Florida. Doesn't matter how far apart we are, we get the same kind of accuracy, the same kind of detail that we do, whether we're, and that's another thing, whether we're wearing the headphones or the bone phones, the bone conducting headphones, I like to call them bone phones. The accuracy is still there. You may lose a little bit of accuracy depending on how much you put in, but if you're using the AO scan, it's working. The scalar waves are reaching you. They move at the speed of light, and that's why we can do remote scans, and then we can gain a little bit of accuracy if we want to use the bone phones. But if we can't use the headphones, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later, it shouldn't be a stop for the reason you should still be using the AO scan, whether you can put those headphones on or not. And I have a few people that told me that when they decided not to use the headphones at all, they started scanning more. And I'd rather see you scan twice a day without headphones than not scan at all because the headphones are the stop. So yeah, the reports show the improvements, but if you never look at the reports, you're still receiving the improvements, the frequencies, as long as you're using the scanner. So that's another thing. Some people don't like the detail in the report. They don't like looking for patterns in what's wrong with them. So don't. Just do the scans because the frequencies themselves are what is helping us. It's those scalar waves. And I didn't put anything in here about Rife technology, but there is Rife technology in there also. I was trying to find a way to put it in this slide and I just never got back to it. So using the AO scan daily, this is just a summary of what I do. So do the easy scan. I usually do that twice a day. And that runs the quick scan, inner voice, vitals, and comprehensive scan. So with one push of the button, it's running 4 scans. It takes about 6 minutes to run that scan. You can do those scans separately, but you don't have to. So if it's just easiest for you to push that one button and do those scans, you're getting a lot of benefit from doing that. That's what I do most days, and it's enough. I listen to the inner voice, and you can choose whether you do 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes with the pulse tones, or you can go back to the classic tones and listen to 12 minutes. But they did say when they did that upgrade that we get the same amount of healing in 3 minutes that we used to have to listen to 12 minutes for. So 3 minutes is enough. And I suggest everybody start with 3 minutes. If you're feeling great and you want to bump it up to 5 minutes the next time, you can do that. If you want to do 10 minutes, just go by how you feel always. So get the other thing that when you do the easy scan, you get the top 6 supplement suggestions. So when I do that morning and night, I get my supplement suggestions there. And then once during the day, I do the quick scan, which is 10 seconds, and that gives me 6 more supplement suggestions. I've gone through, Tish and I were talking about the other day, and she said that she doesn't think 6 supplements is enough. And I said, I agree sometimes. Most times for me, 6 supplements is plenty. But if I'm not feeling well, I'll do the quick scan more often during the day. Just a 10-second, hey, what does the scanner say I need? And I'll look at that and I'll go, yeah, that does sound good. Maybe I should go get that. So luckily I have a lot of things in my cabinet that are great supplements, and hopefully you do too. If you don't, you can put in supplements that you may want to take and see if they come up. And you can do that scan as often as you want. There's no limit to how many times you can do a quick scan. And in this presentation, I'm going to show you how to enter the supplements. So hopefully that's something that you use. So use the scanner as an educational tool. It's I was going to put in here some screenshots of the inner voice. That's where I like to gravitate to look for imbalances and suggestions. And if you can just take one suggestion a day, that it gives you like lifestyle changes, things that you can do, whether it be chiropractic or increase water or take more trace minerals. If you can take one thing that it says you need and add that per day, imagine just adding up all the things that you're doing for your health that resonate with what you need. And then you can send Cepheid frequencies to help the body heal. So I like to do that in custom playlists. Unfortunately, I didn't get to that in this one. We're going to mostly be going over the easy scan, which for most day, that's a good thing to be doing. So why the easy scan? It's a 6-minute scan, and it's one push of a button and a 10-second voice scan. If you can't say any words that you would understand, you can say, make the sound that you can make. And they even say that breathing and a heartbeat is enough. So that if someone doesn't have a voice, do what you can, make the sound that you can. And if you can't make any sound, then do the best that you can. That inner voice music that is sent, that is customized to you, is just so important, and it can balance us out. That's one of the most important things. So if you do the scan and listen to that music, that's really all you have to do. But if you can get the supplement suggestions in there, it is a real help. So the easy scan does give the top 6 supplement suggestions, and it gives the inner voice frequencies for listening to that 3 to 12 minutes. It also scans and optimizes the vitals. So that long list of things that are in our blood and urine that we would see, and toxicities, all kinds of things there, it's optimizing that. So it's scanning and even if you never look at those reports, it's doing it. It scans and optimizes the comprehensive, And that's based on the inner voice and the vital scans. And then it takes a quick look at the things that are out of balance. So if you want to look at the easy scan report, you are looking at only the things that are out of balance. Some people like that because they can just get a quick look of only what's out of balance. So before you do the easy scan, if you want, you can put in your supplements. There's so when you open up the easy scan, so on the last screen I had where the easy scan is in the main menu. And then when you open it up, if you don't see these categories underneath easy scan supplements over on the left, if you don't see morning, midday, and evening, then you haven't entered any supplements. This will be blank and there will be nothing here. So I'm going to show you on the next slide how we enter those supplements. But so if you haven't added them, you're not going to get the supplement suggestions in the easy scan. So yeah, so I put this little arrow here so you can see, you just click on the name that's in the target box. So that's the person that is put up. You click on that name and it's going to open up what we have on, it's going to open up this menu here on the right-hand side where it says supplements and therapies, and that's what you're going to click on. So here, if you haven't added any supplements and therapies to your library, it's going to be blank like this. It's going to have a big plus and a blank screen underneath, and that's fine. I'm going to show you right here how you can add some really quickly. So you'll see up on the top, there's 3 icons there. There's a pink person icon, and that's where the list of what supplements you have in your library is. So that's what it opens up to. That's why it's blank. The blue book, the closed book, that'll also be blank until you add some supplements. So those are physical supplements. The green book comes preloaded from Solex. So it's something you can do right away without much extra effort. I'm going to show you how to do that on the next screen. So you're going to click on that green open book. And then you're going to see something like this where you can add your frequency supplements. And this is really super simple. Once this is open, you're just going to press where it says select all. And then all of these boxes will be checked. And then scroll down to the bottom and there'll be add to client. And then just wait a minute for the screen to change, because it will change. Instead of check marks, there'll be X's. And you'll see that change. And then all of the frequency supplements are now added to the library. You could do a scan right here. You don't have to add any physical supplements. You could do a scan with just the frequency supplements if you're not ready to scan in or enter supplements. But I'm going to go into how to enter the regular supplements. So to add physical supplements, you're going to click on the pink person icon, because that's going to go back to that page we saw with the big pink plus sign. And once you click on that plus sign, you're going to see something like we have on the left here. If you're on the phone, it'll look exactly like this. If you're on the computer, it'll just be a little bit bigger. It'll look a little bit different. But all you do is put in the name of the supplement, choose a category, and you can add categories. When you get your scanner, it's only going to come with morning, midday, and evening in general. I think it actually comes with 4. So morning, midday, evening in general. Most things go in general. But if you want to add therapies, I would add a category for that. And that's using this plus sign up above the categories. So after you add the name of it and choose a category, you can choose to put in a description or not. That's for your own benefit. And then you would put in, if you're going to take 1 capsule, you would put in 1 capsule. The only thing I haven't found, like on the right here, this unspecified, when you click this down arrow, it's going to tell you either a capsule, a teaspoon, a tablespoon, and you choose what type of dose it is. So if it was 2 capsules, you would put dose quantity here, you would put 2 and then choose capsules. For drops, there's nothing here that says drops. There's droppers. So for drops, that's why where I use the unspecified. And I'm sure there would be other reasons why to use unspecified. And then we can scan in the supplement just by putting it on the screen. Oils, liquids, and powders, you would have to put in some kind of a glass container. But capsules and tablets can be put directly on the screen. I've also seen people put those in glass containers, so it can be done either way. I just don't see any reason why not to put the capsules right on the screen. But you can also put things in here without scanning them in. So you can put therapies in, and there's no way to scan in the therapy, but you can put that in, and you can also put in supplements you don't have yet to see if there's something that you should buy. Oh, I guess I went over most of that. So adding physical supplements more on. So yeah, so after you put physical supplements in, you do the same thing you did with the frequency supplements. You're going to need to go into the blue closed book and select all. And it will put check marks in all of those boxes. And then at the bottom of the screen, it'll say add to client. And again, you just wait until the screen changes from checks to X's, and then all of the physical supplements are now added to the library of the profile that's currently active. So if you add another person, you're going to go into the blue book and the green book for them and add the supplements. Same way, select all, add the supplements. You only have to scan them in once. Once they're in the library, you can add them to anybody you add to your scanner. So if you add supplements and forget to do this part, you could come in here and just see that some of them aren't actually in your library. So I would say periodically, if you've added any supplements, go in and select all and scroll down and see if anything has a check mark in it. If it does, you need to add it to yourself. So use the add to client. And I'll find, like, I have scanned people 6 months, and then they come back to me 6 months later and ask for another scan. So I always go in and check and make sure they have all the supplements. So a little bit more on the supplement library. Every profile starts with 0 supplements. The first thing you want to do is add the frequency supplements to your profile. That's the simplest because they're already in there. And all you have to do is press select all and add to client. And then add your other supplements a little at a time. You don't have to put them all in one day. You don't even have to put them all in 1 week. If you can make a goal to put 5 or 10 supplements in a day until you have your supplements in, that's a good goal. Or if you can spend 10 minutes on it a day, adding supplements, or add the ones you use most. However you can get them in there, it's going to be helpful to have that supplement library of things you own, because the scanner is going to be able to tell you what you need most. So some people have entered the supplements on their computer and then scanned them in from the AO scanner. I thought that was brilliant because you can start doing that. If you've just ordered an AO scanner, you can start doing it on your computer. Or if you have eye gaze and it's easier on a computer, and then you want to move over, or you want to have someone help you move over to the device and scan them in from there. I do not know of a way to scan in from the computer. I don't think that you can. I think you have to do it from some kind of a device. If you have eye gaze and you don't have a device that you bought, you can do that from someone's phone, and you can so you can just get some help one day for them to scan in the supplements for you. So the editing is done from the pink person icon. So if you do wind up putting things in on your computer and then you want to scan them in later, all you do is click on the name of the supplement, and then you can scan in the frequency of that supplement. It's going to be at the bottom of the page. It'll just say scan. So now that we've got the supplements in there, now we can do the easy scan. So the easy scan will give you suggestions if you've added the supplements to the profile. So before you do that, if you have more than these 3 categories that are showing, every time I do an easy scan, I press show all, and I make sure the categories of supplements that I want chosen are there. So in the morning, I always choose therapies. But when I'm doing a scan at night, I'm not about to jump in the sauna or do a therapy. So I don't want to know what therapies I need at night. So I don't usually choose that category. And then I always choose general, but if I'm doing a scan at night, I'm going to press evening also. So I want general and evening. Same thing with the morning. I would do general and morning. And as long as it's not my scan right before bedtime, I usually choose food, which I've started to put in a lot of the foods that are questionable for me. If they're coming up red and we don't know why they're coming up red, we can scan in foods and see if there's something we need or something we should avoid. So now that we have our supplements chosen, our categories chosen for the scan, now we can press start scan. And then we just talk for 10 seconds and the scan itself takes 6 minutes. This is what it's going to look like when we get supplement suggestions. It'll give us our main colors that are suggested also. So we can either choose to wear those or wear some colored glasses. And then the supplement suggestions, the one that say imprint, we can put those into water or jewelry, or even just press imprint and have them go out into the air or into the bone phones if we're wearing them. And then just take what is suggested, or this one here, this nasal rinse, saline, xylitol, and baking soda. That's a therapy that I have in there. And actually this ancestral beef, this is the first time I've ever seen it come up for me. These are some supplements that I put in there, seeing if I need them. So headphones or no headphones. This is another big, I talked about it a little bit at the beginning. Some people didn't know how to put the headphones on. So I wanted to put this picture here. They do go over the ear. We want to put the circle part in front of the ear on what is called the mastoid bone. So just in front of the ear, there's a bone there. And then that strap actually goes around the back if it's most comfortable, but usually you can adjust it up and down and around and find a comfortable spot for it. But what I wanted to emphasize here is if you are more comfortable not using headphones, it's better to do the scans and not use the headphones than not do the scans because you're not comfortable with the headphones. So if you're not comfortable or you're not going to use the headphones and that's the stop, then just do it without the headphones. We do remote scans all the time and we don't send headphones to people to do them, and they're quite accurate, and I've gotten a lot of great results from remote scanning. So, and just to tell you a little bit more about how that works, the frequencies are tuned into the target. So as long as you're the target at the top, you're going to get those frequencies. So you might get, I mean, you are going to get some more benefit from using the bone phones or headphones while playing the pulse tones. But there's, and here's another thing, there's no headphones at all needed for the Cephis. So I was going to go into some of the Cephi here, but we're going to do that next week because we ran out of time here. But like I said, I know at least Dawn in the beginning, she was having trouble with the headphones, so she wasn't scanning a lot. And then when she just said, forget it, I'm not doing headphones at all, she started scanning more and getting a lot more benefit. So
But I want to add one thing. A math one slide to the headphone one.
okay,
Um,
if I can figure out how to go back, because I'm horrible.
well,
There we are. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah.
I was not able to put it over my head, but I put it under my chin, and the red part is in the same spot.
That would be fine. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Much easier.
Yeah, good. All right. So if that works,
Yeah,
that's another option. That's great.
I went from doing it one time a day to 3 times a day, not using the headset.
That's
And
great. And are
I'm-
you using them now?
No.
Not at all,
I'm
okay.
not. It takes 2 times the time. No.
Yeah. Now, Don, while we got you live, what are some of the benefits that you've had since using the AO scanner? Since you've been using it
Wow.
since last March?
Yeah, but I'm seeing more results since that I've been doing the detox frequency in the supplement digestion and doing the therapy playlist. If you heard my speech a year ago, you would be blown away. It's still not ideal, but it's much faster. My muscle looks better and more balanced. My legs move much faster. I'm more peaceful and happier with and that the pulse in the voice I've only been using since the day of discovery in March.
Oh, okay.
I've only been using the inner voice since March, and that has helped me a lot emotionally. So yeah, do the frequency in the supplements, create playlists, and do the pulse tones in the inner voice. And just scan every day, even if you don't pay any attention to
Yeah.
all that information.
Dawn, I
Right.
want to interrupt you for 1 second because I have a meeting in 3 minutes, so I'm going to run. So I just wanted to tell you, I wasn't using the scanner until Heather told me it was okay to use it without headphones.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I just can't deal with the headphones, and I don't even have ALS, and I cannot deal with the headphones. It's too complicated. And I still don't scan my vitamins. Honestly, I just turn the darn thing on for 6 minutes. I listen to the music. That's it. So just to let you know, if you're busy, you're going to get benefit for doing this, the easy scan in the morning, the 6 minutes of listening, and the easy scan at night, the 6 minutes of listening. I mean, listen, and then I listen for the 3 minutes. Honestly, it's 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, and I have no more time. I can't
if
do it.
you,
The rest of it is too
if-
complicated. So I want people to realize that they're
Um,
going to get a benefit. Even, and Heather, that's all you did at the beginning, and you felt a benefit. So you don't need to get complicated to get the results. So please just do the 10 minutes in the morning and the 10 minutes at night. You listen for 6 minutes, you listen to the little thing for 3 minutes. And sometimes I have 10 minutes and I'm running around doing stuff, or I'm sitting at my desk doing stuff. I'll just put it there and listen to it. So I try to do the 10 minutes. So it's like 6 minutes plus 10 minutes is 15, but I can be doing other things while I do it. So it's not like a 10-minute dedicated, it's a 10-minute doing other things at the same time. I can be brushing my teeth at the same time. It doesn't matter. So
Right.
I'm just saying, don't feel like you got to get complicated, because Heather looks at this,
No.
oh my God, it's too overwhelming. It's too complicated. You know what? You're going to just get the benefit from that. So that's my 2 cents, and I have to go to my meeting. So bye
Thanks,
guys.
Deb.
And sorry for interrupting you, Dawn. Finish,
Oh, that's
please. All
fine.
right. Bye-bye.
But I will say that adding the frequency in the supplement is very easy, and they're easy to do in the stuffy. I don't imprint them. I leave the report and of the stuffy and run the playlist. I don't imprint.
Right.
That's
And that's
hard.
that's because you add the support, right? When you do the
Yeah.
detox, you're adding a bunch of support.
Yeah, I always add, and I always clean and shield my aura
Yeah.
or my energy. And there's also a tapping dot frequency to shield and clean your energy. And I'm gonna try that one soon.
Good. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
All
Thanks, Dawn.
right.
Thank you. All right. So I believe this is pretty much the last scan. Now they upgraded the inner voice. It used to look a lot more simple than this. But really all you need to do when you get here is press on this pulse cycle. There's nothing else that needs to be done. These people were requesting being able to turn the frequencies up and down, being able to adjust the music. So that's on the right, you'll see that that volume is being able to turn the frequencies. On the left, that's being able to adjust the music. We can adjust the shape of the frequency, but it's still the same frequency. We're just listening to it in a different way. So find what's pleasant with you. But even if you never adjust any of these things, all you have to do is press that pink button that says pulse cycle, and that's going to play the music. And it's not, the music is not what's important. It's what's customized to you, the frequencies behind the music. And that's what Tish was saying. She wasn't listening to this because she couldn't deal with the headphones. She started listening without the headphones and now has been getting great rewards from it. Dawn's doing the same thing. And I've, over the last 2 weeks, when I've been doing one-on-ones, a lot of the stops for people are these headphones are not working for me. So I'd rather have you do the scans and listen to the frequencies without the headphones. You're going to get some benefit from that. You're going to get, I've seen a lot of benefit from that. And using the headphones is just going to bump it up some. So if you can do it with the headphones, do it with the headphones. If you can't, do it without them. Just do it. All right, so for anybody here that isn't already using the AO scan, the subscription is $149 a month. That's so you can do as many scans on yourself or anybody as you want. So it's not going to go up if you do 30 or 300 scans. So 30, that would be one a day. 300, you could do your whole family and your friends one a day. Or you can show this to other people. There are different levels of investments. So you can use your own phone and that costs $0 above the $149 a month. It loses a little bit of accuracy, but they have improved the app so that it's better than it used to be with other phones. So I would say better with an Android than an iPhone, but I know people using it with an iPhone that are still getting benefit from it. So don't let that stop you either. If you don't want to make an investment in another device, then use your own. And then the reason that the AO scan, Solex and the AO scan chose the phone they use is because it's the lowest EMF phone that I've been able to find either. So most iPhones are around 1.7, I think it's Mbps, but I could be wrong on the measurement on what it is, but this one's 0.2, but I think it's 0.25. So, and then the tablet is also very low for EMF. And a lot of people like to use the tablet because they can hardwire that into their own internet. You do have to use Wi-Fi with the phone. So if you're hardwiring already at your house for health reasons, then of course you probably want to go with something that you can hardwire. And I just want to say you can put your health back in your own hands. I absolutely don't know how I lived without this. I used to pay a lot of money for Zyto scans and I don't have to anymore. So I do like the freedom of being able to scan myself every day and keep an eye on my health and do that for other people. If you do want a free remote scan, if you haven't tried one yet, you can either text Tish and there's her number 914-582-3194, or you can email me at heatherplude@gmail.com. You can also reach out to Dawn. I don't know if Dawn, I don't know if you're doing remote scans, But I think you are. I probably should know that. But anyway, if you want to do a remote scan, I believe that Dawn's doing them also, but. And I'm gonna stop my share here and see if we have any questions in the chat or anybody who wants to unmute and ask a question. You're welcome to also.
Okay, this is Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne.
I do something like Tish. We did try the bone conducting
Oh, here we go. What's
headphones.
going on?
And
Yeah.
we are able to use them, but we're not very proficient at it. But what we do is we do an easy scan in the morning after we've gotten up for a little while. And then we run the music until an hour, 2 hours, at the most 3 hours. Then we just do another easy scan and run the music. The music is the accompaniment of our entire day. Is that too much? Lynn's worried that we're getting too much, but I can't tell that it's done anything wrong. So
I had one person who was listening a lot and they said they felt more tired. So I told him to back off. If you're not feeling any adverse effects, I think you're fine.
oh,
Because what it's
Not feeling
doing is it's
any
attempting,
adverse.
the frequencies are balancing you. So it's a little bit more balance, right? I think you're good. I would add in some of the, are you doing the Cephi playlist that we made the other day? Do you do that?
yes, I
Okay.
have done that.
Yeah,
One thing
yeah.
we found is we can't figure out how not to have both of them playing at the same time. That was not our desire to play both things at once. Sometimes they conflict in their harmoniousness, but we couldn't make one stop in order to start the other.
Let me open up because I want to clarify what you're saying. So because I'm not quite sure. So let me share my screen here. So when you're talking about when you're in a Cephi, right? When you're in the
Well, we
custom
did the
playlist.
easy scan first,
Uh-huh.
and we had the music going,
Here we-
and then we played what you set up for us, which was great. But we couldn't stop the
Easy scan.
easy scan music.
Huh.
Somehow we didn't get out of easy scan.
So we
Yeah.
don't know, it's probably just us. We must have done something wrong.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it can also be technology. So when you're done with the easy scan, you press this button, right? The up in the corner, the AO scan infinity sign.
We only punch that when we're ready to start a new scan.
Oh,
Is
okay.
there some other advantage to pressing it?
Yeah, it'll bring you back out of the easy scan. So when you're in the easy scan, this is where your report would be. In order to get back to this menu, you would press that infinity sign and then go into the Cephi from there.
I
So,
see.
and that
Okay.
should stop the music from the easy scan.
Okay, I guess we didn't do the infinity scan between or something. I don't know what.
Could be. But it's not gonna harm you to have both of them going anyway. There's been
No, it
times
just
when,
Wasn't
when
very
I've
nice
had-
to listen to.
Well, we put the volume way down to where we can't even hear it, so you don't really
Right.
need to be able to hear it. Is that right?
no, with the Cephi, you don't have to. You can mute and not have to hear it at all because it's going through the quantum field. It's not something we need to listen to. So
Okay.
you can definitely have it on mute.
So the easy scan, okay, you've got the volume turned down to where you can't hear it, but you're still getting the frequency.
Right. Yeah, not with the easy scan, with the Cephi.
Only the
Cephi.
Cephi. Okay, you
Yep.
need to hear it for the easy scan. Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
Yes. With it,
Okay.
when you're doing the easy scan, you need to have the volume up when you're listening to those frequencies. And then when you're doing the Cephi, you can have the volume down.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
You're welcome. So I'm going over to the chat right now, and anybody that wants to can unmute if you want, but I'm going to start with Lisa's question, which is a very good question. And yes, Lisa, I can start putting the invitations in the Telegram chat. That I will do that. So we have a Telegram group for anybody that's on Telegram where you can easily share like videos or screenshots of your scans, and there's people in that group that can help you. And Lisa's very active in that group, as is Amy. And then Lisa said, if 3 minutes is enough, then why is there an option for 10 minutes? Some people are like me, where enough is good, but let's do better than enough. So I sometimes, if I have time, I will listen for 10 minutes. Sometimes I will listen for 10 minutes and then press 10 minutes again, because I'm feeling so good. Why not feel better? Some people listen for the 3 minutes and are tired because it is giving you frequencies that are balancing you out. And if that tires you out, then do the 3 minutes or do less. I mean, if 3 minutes is tiring you out, maybe even do just a minute. So stop it after amount of time. You have to always, with any treatment, go with how you feel. Response, body response should be your first indication of whether to do more of something or to back off. And sometimes when you are feeling an adverse reaction, it's not saying that you should never do that. It's saying start slow and build up, because sometimes our bodies need to go through a little bit of uncomfortableness, not pain. I don't want to, like, some people say you got to herx to heal. I don't believe in that at all. I think that we should go slow, but I've had some treatments where they've hit me really hard, and instead of never doing that, I just back down to half of what I started with and start there. And then when I have no more adverse reactions from that amount, then you can bump it up. So it's going to be different for everybody. We've got to remember, I've been healing since 2010, so I'm not in a place of crisis anymore. But I can remember when I couldn't even sit in front of a computer because of the EMF. So I never would have been able to be on a computer like this for help. So you just got to go with how you feel and what makes you feel better. All right, Lisa says, I agree with Patricia about the suggestions for 6 supplements not being enough for PALS, as this just highlights the top 6 supplements only. If we need more, it doesn't show them. And sometimes when you review the actual report, you can see some areas that are out of balance that you should probably have a supplement to address. So I'm going to take that part of it and say absolutely. And that's why going back into the quick scan and doing a 10-second scan for more supplements is a great idea. Lauren has said that if you do that, like someone asked, why if I do a quick scan and it gives me 6 supplement suggestions, and then I do another quick scan, there are different 6. Well, he has said that it assumes you took what it told you to take. So it's looking for more things that could be out of balance. You could do that 3 times in a row and get 18 things that you need to take if you wanted to. And I have on days, I have done that quick scan several times in between easy scans, because I take my 6 supplements and I still feel like my body needs something. So if you're feeling that way, I suggest go into the quick scan. And then Lisa said, FYI, I still take 99% of my supplements every day because I have a reason for taking them. I figure that I will cut back on the amount of supplements that I take and rely more on the AO scanner suggestions as I experience improvements. And that is another wonderful suggestion. And I say, if you're working with a practitioner and they've told you, or even if you're not, if you're doing your own research, like many of us do, and you see supplement, if you're taking a supplement for a reason, continue to take that supplement. It's not going to harm you. When you see it come up in your supplement suggestion, you were about to take it, and I can't tell you how many people have said, Yeah, I see it come up in my supplement suggestion. I was about to take it anyway, but hey, you know that it's resonating with you. So it's a confirmation, but continue to take things that are supportive. Yeah, Angela says absolutely amazing, Dawn. I agree. It's fantastic to see the improvements that have happened over the last year or more. Lisa said, I never use the headphones because they're too cumbersome, and the freedom allows me to move around throughout the day and just keep running various different playlists. And that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Angela said, I don't use them either. Perfect. Why do you lose accuracy with an iPhone? It is an Android-based app. So I've heard that the accuracy loss might be a little bit more with an iPhone. That is something that has changed over the years. So I'd have to go and support at solexllc.com would be the place to ask. And maybe I'll send them one, Carl, asking if they do feel like it still loses accuracy, because their position on that, even just since we had a day of discovery, which is like a training day in March. It's actually like a training week. They do that one online, the March one. And I believe they said that there was an update where it's working better with other devices. It used to be calibrated just to the Solex phone, and they said, yeah, you could still use it on other devices, but it always loses 10 to 15% of accuracy when we go to any other device. I'll have to check on exactly what their stance on that is now. All right, Dawn put her phone number in there, so I think it's always a good idea to text first and introduce yourself, and then yeah, Dawn does remote scans also. All right, so Lisa said, Heather, what tips did you pick up from the updated basic training? Wish my mind could just go back to all of them. There's so much in the updated basic training. I'm actually just really loving that they did it, because the AO scan has improved so much in the last year that the old basic training was a lot of screenshots that just don't make sense anymore because we've had so many upgrades. I really should, I can't answer that right now, Lisa. There's a lot. I think everybody should go through that training and do it. And maybe I'll look through because I did take some notes. My brain isn't, I just can't get there right now. Margot, go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can, you're echoing a little. Let's see if I can.
No, I think it's here. Hang on.
Whoa.
Is that better?
Much better. Thank you.
Hang on a sec. Oh, I got this new computer finally, a computer screen, and I'm trying to get it to work for me. Let's see. How's that?
Good. We still can't see you, but that's okay.
Okay, I can see. I even got one with the camera. Hang on, I gotta figure out how to turn it on.
Do you have a piece of tape over your camera? There you are.
It's a pop-up camera. Okay, I have 3 questions. I hope you have time, and I don't want to interrupt somebody else's questions either. But I'm going to show you Dave's screen. This is a scan we did this morning. Let's see if you could see it without, you know how that doesn't, it may not focus.
Yeah. Toward the middle.
It's not focusing.
Yeah.
No, okay, well, forget that. On the scan, you have 2 columns. One is for your current scan, that's the left column. And this is on the tablet. I have the tablet. And the other one says previous scan. And it's always different than the scan. The previous one is different than the scan he did the day before, night and morning he does it. Where's it getting the previous scan information?
So during a scan, it does a scan, sends optimizing frequencies, and then does another scan. So every scan actually does 2 scans. The first one is the previous scan before the optimizing, and then the current scan is the scan after the optimizing frequencies.
Okay, because we were trying to figure out where did it get it? Because we scanned my son-in-law and it had a previous scan, the first scan we did, and I thought, he goes, what's that? And I go, I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
No,
So I thought,
every
well,
scan does 2.
okay, I didn't want to sound too dumb when I tell them, I don't know. Another question is I email us the vitals, because I use that a lot before I mix Dave's feeding formula for the stomach tube. I see what he shouldn't have. And so, but when I open it up in the email, it looks really weird to me compared to what's on the screen. And why is it so different?
So you're looking at
It
an
goes
Excel.
to Excel,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you click on the link in the email, then that'll bring you to the computerized one. If you click on the attachment to the email, it's going to be an Excel spreadsheet. So it's going to look a lot different in that Excel spreadsheet.
So like I'm saving them each time, but it's always going to be in a Excel.
That's the way. So they don't store them forever on the computer. So it is best to have the Excel spreadsheet so that you can continue to look at them. You know what you should do though? You should send me some of those so we can put them, so I can look at them and put them in my spreadsheet and tell you what's coming up most often for Dave.
You see, that's what I wasn't sure. And what made me do that is the neighbor wanted to see what a report looked like. And so I sent him Dave's, and it was just, it's real long. The spreadsheet's really a long one. And I go, oh, I told him it doesn't look at all like that on my tablet. But,
Yeah.
and then the last question is he has an appointment with Dr. Weber, and Dr. Weber wants a full comprehensive report. Do I just do select all and then do the report?
Yeah, but you have to push scan and then optimize. So you're going to do scan and then optimize. So 2 buttons, and then you can
Okay.
save that. Do you want to
And
get
so
on a? Do you want to get on a Zoom and we'll do that together?
We could. It would have to be, his appointment is, I think, the 20th of this month. I don't have my calendar in front of me. So we'd
Okay.
have to, get about a week before, the girl said, to do that.
Okay.
And so I was excited that he wants to see that, that. So that's.
Yeah, he
so that's-
said he uses that comprehensive scan to do muscle testing. So he goes through all the categories and asks what's the most important. So that's how he's using the comprehensive scan.
Okay, so those are my questions.
All
Thank
right. Well, good to see you, Margot. Thanks for your
Thanks.
questions.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So Lisa said, Suzanne's voice seems to sound better and better every time that I hear her talk at these meetings. Seems like her breathing is improving. So Suzanne, your voice is sounding stronger. And you know what? Didn't you tell me that you were able to move your arms? I don't know if you're able to unmute again, but I think we had some pretty good improvements before you had your fall. So Suzanne did just recently have a fall. So I was working with Suzanne and Lynn on some paintings.
Yeah, we're not a fall really.
I got my knee twisted. And nothing has stayed improved that was improved before since then. But I'm working on my breathing myself. I go to Avi Green, is that his name? Or Greenfield or something.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I go to his meetings and practice breathing. But it helps me if I breathe against the machine. So I breathe hard, and when it's trying to push air in, I breathe against it. So that I think that helps me some. But some days I'm better and some days I'm worse, as far as that goes.
Yeah, of course, Lily's that we've been under bad air alert here when it was in the 90s, but we're better today. So that does affect things.
Good. Yeah, well,
But thank you for noticing.
Yes. That's encouraging. Thank you.
yes, and thank you. Thank you for chiming in there. That's awesome. And Angela asked to be added to
That explains that other one.
the Telegram group.
So there's good scans on it.
There.
That's good to know.
So, oh, nice. So Amy's right on with a link to the group. So she put it in the chat already. I would have had to look that up. So thank you, Amy. And Lisa said, Lauren has said that we should get everything that we need within 3 minutes. Yep, he did say that in that inner voice upgraded. So nevertheless, I tend to run my easy scan frequencies for 10 minutes. And yeah, if you're feeling good with that, then that's great. I mean, we're overachievers, right? Maybe we need a little bit more balance than most people. I feel great when I do it for 10. Sometimes I push it for another 10. So. Hey, Leanne, you're on, it says eye gaze not working. So I don't know if you had a question or if that was just an accident putting something in there. I see that you're unmuted. If there's anyone that can, if you do have a question, just let us know. Carl said, I set up my supplements in a few categories. I put all the supplements that need to be taken on an empty stomach in a category called without food, and another category for the supplements that will need to be taken with food. I often run a quick scan throughout the day 2 to 4 times, and I just choose which one to run based on whether I have a full tummy or not. That's awesome. Carl, I'm learning so much from you. I got to thank you for jumping in on the AO scan, because I just love the input and the ideas that you have. And a lot of you, I've learned so much from Lisa and from Dawn, and I've learned so much from every one of you that we've talked, and that's why I'm trying to put in together trainings that are cumulative of what I'm seeing people have trouble with, so that we can get you over that trouble and just get you to where you can just do this for 10 minutes a day and you're getting the benefit from it. So that's awesome. I love that, with food and without food. What a great idea. So Lisa said the iPhone is not as accurate because you have to remember that the phone is constantly pulling information behind the scenes that is unrelated to the AO scanner. Thus, the iPhone is not totally dedicated to operating the AO scanner. I think that's, yeah, that makes sense to me. They did say in the very beginning, the reason they wanted the AO scan app on its own device was so that you didn't have all those other apps running in the background that you would on a phone that you're using every day. Whether you have games or Facebook or whatever it is that you have on there, or even a phone call or a text. If you're doing a scan and a phone call comes in or a text comes in, that's going to interrupt the scanner and make things less accurate. And yes, the things running in the background are a big deal. So Amy says the Solex AO phone becomes so laggy recently. So I hope that you know how to do the clearing the cache within the app and in the Google Chrome part. I have to do that several times a week and sometimes several times a day, depending on how much I'm scanning. So clear that cache in the app and clear the cache in the Chrome app. And if you have questions on that, I can put screenshots up in the Telegram. I think that would be the most useful way to go over that. Carl said, agreed. Mine was very laggy when I started a month ago. Then it got faster for a few weeks, but lately it has been very laggy again. Huh. All right. So I did have a couple of scans freeze, and it's happened a few times over the last year and a half. So if that ever happens, where you're doing an easy scan, you're 4 minutes into it, and the line just stops moving, just wait until you think that scan would be over. So wait the full 6 minutes because it is still running in the background and you can back out of it and your scan is there. If you back out of it before the scan finishes, then the scan is not there. So I have learned that through not panicking when it freezes, and actually through not looking at it and knowing it freezes. But then sometimes one time when I was looking at it and it froze, I backed out of it right away and the scan wasn't there. But if that ever happens. And with the lagging, I would say just clear cache as often as you can. Yeah. It's been happening more often lately. Huh, okay. Well, I haven't noticed it, but I'm gonna keep my senses out for that, but hopefully whatever it is, clears up. So Angela said she's in the Telegram group. Welcome. Thank you, Angela. And so stop for a few seconds while scrolling down. Wow. Okay. Kept clearing cache. Maybe, I mean, it can't be internet for everybody, but that sounds like something where internet isn't quick enough for it to load, but is it 149 plus cost of phone? So you don't have to do a phone plan. So there isn't any subscription for the phone. You don't, it comes like, you just don't have to have it hooked up to a service in order to do it. You can hook it up to Wi-Fi. So that you don't need a phone service for that. So, and yes, plus if you wanted to get a phone, so if you wanted to buy the device, this one here, geez, I don't know why we're focused. Let's see. So this one here is the phone size and it is $4.95. Margot has the tablet, which is a little bit bigger, of course, because it's tablet size. And you can also hook that one up through Ethernet, so you don't have to use the Wi-Fi. That one is $9.95. So if that's what you meant by plus the cost of the phone, then yes, but it doesn't take another subscription for the phone because you don't need a phone. Does anybody else have any questions? If not, we're going to wrap it up. And we're going to do the same time next week. We're going to try this one out. It seems to work for at least 13 people, maybe a little bit more because Tish was on for a minute, but hopefully we'll be able to go with this one, especially for the summer. Get meetings done before, late night. And I'm hoping that I didn't see anybody, but oh yeah, I see one person from the UK at least. So I was hoping to be able to get people from all time zones into this. So glad you all could join. I'm going to take one last look. Lisa said, I emailed you some time ago, things to fix the, yes, the clearing the cache within the app and the clearing the cache in the Google. Was there more than that? That's what I was thinking. I would just put it in the Telegram group. And I actually use those emails you sent me that support sent you. I send those to people quite often. Oh, removing the, yeah, that's the other thing. You can remove the app and add it back in. Totally forgot about that. I have never had to go that far, but I know that you were having some trouble at the beginning. So you can delete the app and then add it back in. We'll add all those instructions to Telegram and maybe we'll even have a training on that. If any feedback I get from you is great. I want to hear your wins. I want to hear your troubles. And I want to help you every step of the way. So if we need a training on how to get rid of the lagging by clearing cache and removing the app and doing that, we can do that and put it in the Telegram group. I can still do one-on-ones with people. I think it's just a little bit more time efficient to have these 1 hours where we're all learning from each other. Yeah, turning the phone off after clearing the cache, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh, okay, good. So Amy said she's going to remove the app tomorrow and then reload it. So perfect. And we'll put, I'll work on getting those in the Telegram so we can make sure that everybody has good directions. All right. Everybody, thanks again for coming and we'll see you next week. And email me if you have any questions that can't wait a week. And I don't want you to wait a week, so email me if you have any questions. All right, have a good one.